Welcome into NBA Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Chase Sr. Coming up, an NBA News and Rumors Mailbag, where we take all of the viewers' questions during our live show on Monday. But first, if you don't get your question answered during this mailbag, or you just have a question about anything pertaining to the NBA, hit me up on Twitter and Instagram, slide in my DMs, give me a follow, at Chase_Senior. We start off this mailbag with this question coming in from Win-Win Peter. Do you think if Westbrook does not work with LA, he can be traded for a point guard to match his contract like Dame or somebody else? I don't think that Russell Westbrook can be traded for Damian Lillard because there wouldn't be equal value there. And if Dame does get traded, that signals a rebuild for the Portland Trailblazers. So why would they want to rebuild with an aging player in Russell Westbrook who, yes, still averaged a double-double last year, but is starting to get a little bit older as he progresses in his career. So I don't think a Russell Westbrook for Damian Lillard trade is realistic. I also think that LeBron James, general manager for the Lakers, in addition to Rob Pelinka, jokes, really wants to play with Russ. He facilitated that trade for Russ to be sent to LA from Washington, D.C. So I think they're going to try to see how this works and if it works for the majority and the entirety of this upcoming season. Content YT, is LeBron the best conference finals player ever? Look, LeBron James for me is the second best player in the history of the NBA behind Michael Jordan. And if LeBron James is able to win, let's say 2 or 3 more championships, maybe he overtakes Jordan. Now, I personally wouldn't put him ahead of MJ because I thought MJ was just completely built different. But let's pay respect where it's due to LeBron James. The dude came into the league in 2003. 2003. And he's still one of the best players in the NBA on both ends of the floor, offensively and defensively. And I still think that he can still play at an MVP caliber level. If he didn't suffer that high right ankle sprain last year, he could have won it. And I'm really excited to see what LeBron does with this rejuvenated Lakers team that is somewhat older but very experienced and talented. Sam Slips, it's time. Talen Horton-Tucker breakout season. Yeah, he got the payday. 3 years, $30+ million for THT. You look at his numbers last year, 9 points per game, 2.5 rebounds. I always kind of compare him to a shorter, mini-sized Draymond Green because I think he brings a lot of the same elements to the floor that Draymond does. He's a thicker body. I like his defensive upside. If he can become just a little bit of a better and more consistent outside shooter, I think THT could be a very good player. And he fills a couple different needs for the Lakers. Youth presence, a guy who can create a little bit, stretch the floor. He's one of the lone young pieces on this roster. I'm not sure he's going to have a breakout season because the Lakers roster is so stacked, so he's not going to have a bunch of opportunities to put up huge numbers. But he's only 20 years old, and I really like how he's developed over the last couple of years. Speaking of the Lakers, let me ask you this. Are the Lakers too old to win a championship? It's been a big debate throughout this offseason. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Get your votes in. I don't think they're too old. I think the lone focus for the Lakers should be and has been on 2021-2022. They shouldn't look ahead of that because they don't need to. You have LeBron James. Maximize this window to win a championship right now. Another $5 super chat from Darbuckle11. Should the NBA go back to an old school style of play, multiple offensive styles, and actual defense to boost ratings? I don't think ratings have dipped in the NBA because of style of play. I actually think that the style of play nowadays is very entertaining. It's fast-paced. The athletes have never been better. The talent pool in the NBA is straight up ridiculous. Coming up on our live show, and if you're watching this after the fact, check it out on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel. I'm going to break down my top 10 players in the NBA. To put together that list was almost impossible, excuse me. Last week, I think I put together like my top 10 starting lineups in the NBA. That was very hard to put together as well. The talent pool in the NBA is so deep right now. I don't think the style of play has really been the lone reason why ratings have gone down. Why have they gone down? Really not sure. Any news on James Ennis to the Lakers from SM? Appreciate the question. So we're recording this during our live show on Monday, and Rajon Rondo is signing with the Lakers to be their backup point guard behind Russell Westbrook. He right now has taken their last open roster spot. So unless the Lakers make another move, there isn't a roster spot to fill to bring in a guy like James Ennis, Paul Millsap, DeMarcus Cousins, Isaiah Thomas. So as of right now, their roster is full. That could, of course, change if they do let somebody go. Alize Pin, should the Lakers grab Ben Simmons over Westbrook? Both can't shoot, both get their points in the paint, and Ben is a better defender than Westbrook. I would rather have Ben Simmons on my team than Russell Westbrook. I'm not sure that's a hot take or not, but if you have Ben Simmons play strictly point guard as the key facilitator, and you surround him with the pieces that the Lakers have on that team, with shooters, playmakers, and creators, I think Ben Simmons would be lethal. I think you'd see more shades of Magic Johnson. One of the big reasons he hasn't fulfilled his potential in Philadelphia is, one, he's refused to grow, expand, or develop his offensive game, but also doesn't really fit with Joel Embiid because they both occupy the paint. If you have Ben Simmons as a pass-first point guard on a team like the Lakers, I think he'd be very good and be a guy who averages 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists per night, which would be perfect for Los Angeles. I just don't see the Sixers getting back Russell Westbrook for Ben Simmons. Alize Pin, if KD three-peats it with the Warriors, does that make him better than LeBron James? No, I don't think so. I think LeBron has been more durable. I think he's been better. LeBron has won championships with 3 different organizations now, Cleveland, Miami, Los Angeles. That's not a feat that KD has been able to do. So I'm going with LeBron over KD, although it's getting closer and closer as time goes on. SM, who will the Lakers sign with their last roster spots? They just signed Rajon Rondo as we record this during our live show on Monday. If you want to check that video out, we already broke it down within an hour of that move being made official, according to Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN. Go to youtube.com/LakersTV. Tune into that video. I was able to break that signing down at length. Grant Brady, who is better playing under pressure, LeBron James or Steph Curry? I'll actually go Steph Curry here. I think Steph Curry has more of a calming nature about him during some really, really tight situations, especially at the free throw line. That's kind of how you measure it sometimes, right? How do guys fare at the charity stripe? When the crowd is silent, all eyes are on that person, and really, you're the highlight of the show at the free throw line. LeBron James, not that great of a free throw shooter throughout his career, especially the last couple of years, especially in primetime situations. Steph Curry, he is money. So Steph Curry under pressure, I like Steph. Locked Pat with the $2 super chat. Build your dream team with current players. Okay. With current players right now, my point guard would be Steph Curry. My 2 guard would be, my gosh, Steph Curry at point. Let me just do a starting 5 because I don't even want to worry about positions because I'll just figure all that out later. Let's go Giannis at the 5, along with LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. And do I want to put James Harden in there, or do I want to go with Bradley Beal or Dame? I need some defense, right? I wish Klay Thompson was healthy. Otherwise, I'd put him in there. Do I put Luka Doncic in there? I don't know. That's a squad right there. So I'm putting together a team consisting of those players, Lock Pat. Thank you for that $2 super chat. You're the man. Are you subscribed to Chat Sports? Are you a part of a massive family that's getting closer and closer to 270,000 people? People who have subscribed to us from all pockets of the entire globe, even in outer space. If you are subscribed to Chat Sports, start lighting up the comment section right now and type me. And if you're typing me, we appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed to Chat Sports, hit that red subscribe button down below or go to youtube.com/chatsportstv for the most informative and entertaining NBA and NFL coverage.